Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today we have finally got the car key for this MG4 51 kWh battery in the Excite model. This is considered as a base model vehicle for New Zealand and Australian market. At the moment, the price tag on this vehicle is $46,980 in New Zealand plus ORC before the rebate. That means after the rebate, this car is only going to cost you just under $40,000 before the ORC kicks in. And if you're looking to purchase one, and if you're specifically in Auckland, New Zealand, please consider buying from me. My name is Jerry. I work for Ebbett MG in East Auckland. So overall dimension for this vehicle is exactly the same in terms of wheelbase, length and width compared to the Essence Spec. The major difference happens at the spoiler part, which we're going to go through that later. At the front, it looks pretty much identical to the Essence Spec. We have a pair of LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. The only difference is the blinker. The blinker on the Essence is located around the edge over here, where on the Excite it's actually located over here, and doesn't have as many LED bulbs in it compared to the Essence Spec, but it's still going to be bright at night. We have a flash looking MG logo, and we have the same bonnet, same trim spoiler at the front. And walk to the side, we have set of 17-inch wheels on this particular spec with the aero covers again, so these help with aerodynamic. Personally, I quite like these set of wheels in terms of look, everything, and I think 17 is big enough for something like this. But if you do want higher or bigger wheels, you need to go to the Essence Spec. And a pair of black windmill covers plus black trims around the doors, around the sepala, everything. It looks really cool with the black trim. It's really great. They don't get any chrome on these vehicles. And underneath, we have the same black trim around the doors. Going to the back, we still have a pair of LED tail lights on the right, on the left. Instead of getting the full sort of run-through LED tail lights compared to the Essence, the Excite does not have that, unfortunately, but you do have a small tilting roof spoiler over here, so that looks quite cool. And we don't have the big wing spoiler on the top, instead just flash going through. Opening the tailgate, we have 363 liters of boot space. This is a little bit larger than the Essence, but the inconvenience thing is there's a small lip over here. You can see the small gap. If you are loading some heavy stuff into it, it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but it's not that bad. And opening it up, we have the tire mobility kit as per normal. You can obviously drop the seats to get more than 11,000 liters of boot space, and you can remove this cover as always. And close the boot. That's pretty good. So the quick difference between this tailgate and the Essence tailgate, what I find is this tailgate feels a little bit lighter to lift up compared to the Essence one. And that comes down to personal preferences really. And in terms of charging port, the function is identical to the Essence Spec. We do have vehicle to load, we do have AC and CCS DC charging. The AC is single phase and DC supports up to 88 kilowatts. That means 0 to 80% will charge in between 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. Under the bonnet, we unfortunately do not have a frunk space, although there's a little bit space underneath. There's no design for that. We do have a single motor that performs 125 kilowatts on the power and 200 newton meters on the torque. That means 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds. And we have a pair of rear-wheel drive, so all the MG4 currently on sale is all rear-wheel drive. And then we'll have the X-Power in the future for four-wheel drive performance. And behind the driver's seat, we have the fabric seats. So all the Excite Spec come with the full fabric seats in New Zealand. And then we have the blue stitchings representing it's an electric vehicle. Sitting, this is my sitting position. I'm about 178 centimeters tall. So my sitting position, it's really good actually. So what I find compared to the Essence Spec, because you get a fabric finish, I think the seat size is a little bit smaller overall, a little bit shredded. That means I actually get a little bit more legroom compared to the Essence Spec, although it has the same wheelbase. My foot space is okay. Depends on how much you drop the front seats low. It might find it a little bit tight, it might find it helpful. The headroom is really good, and you have no problem stretching out. The visibility on this is really good as well. Only thing is this does not come with privacy glass at the back. That means you will need to put some window tinting after you get the vehicle. if you wish. Another small thing, the Essence got the pockets for your phone, for your map, stuff like that. The Excite does not come with that. But we do have the same USB-A charging and storage underneath. At the front seats, we will find the same sort of fabric finish around all the seats, full fabric and manual adjustments with your seating position. We do have a lot of adjustments on the steering as well. I'll go through that later. Once we get in, we'll find the same material quality around the doors, around the cabin, around all the touch finish, even including the leather finish center armrest. So the only material difference between this and the Essence are really the seats. And the steering are very easy to adjust, go up and down, in and out. There's so much adjustments you can get compared to other standard MG cars. That means we'll have no problem getting our position right. At the front, we have a 7-inch display that shows us your information for trip odometer, for your driving assistance program, and battery information, stuff like that. On the steering, we have quite a lot of functions. We get personalized buttons for your driving modes, information like that. We can quickly change the music or the screen. And on this side, we have the cruise control settings overall. At the center screen size is actually the same. The quality is the same as well. All the physical buttons are the same, just over 10-inch display. And everything is okay to use. It's not super fast, but it's totally okay. It's compared to if you have driven other MG cars, this is actually pretty good for the screen quality. And putting on reverse, we have a reverse camera plus rear parking sensors. There's no 360 on the Excite. I think the reverse camera is still okay. And for me, this is fairly a small car. I don't find the visibility being a problem in front. On the right. The screen itself supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both are wired, plus standard Bluetooth, radio, and we do have phone connectivity with iSmart connectivity for you to control the vehicle from distance or see the vehicle status from distance as well. So everything is pretty easy to use. You don't have to take much time to get used to this, and once you set it up, I think in the future you only need to use the music or radio for your reference. And in terms of storage, we have our phone pad, which is not wireless phone charging unfortunately, but we do have USB-A, USB-C and 12-volt sockets underneath, 2 cup holders, center console with a good amount of storage, plus the decent size armrest, and glove box is okay, okay size as well. The pockets on the side is a little bit small for a small bottle of water, but overall, that's pretty much it. We do have sunglasses holder on the top as well. Alright, that's the walk around. Let's get it on the road. So just like all the other MG4s, as soon as you close the driver door, sit on the driver's seat, the screen will switch on and press the brake. That's ready, and the motor is ready to go. All you need to do, switch to drive, automatic handbrake is released, we are in. I like how convenient that is to just start and go. You don't have to go through all the fancy steps of pushing stop start. It's really cool to have that. Alright, once we're on the road, let's quickly go through the numbers again. So the MG4 Excite comes with a 51 kWh battery. The battery pack is actually LFP battery. That means it's quite durable. It's very good for safety and all that reasons. And you can totally charge this up to 100% every single day. The WLTP range on this particular battery performance is 350 kilometers combined. That means you can easily drive around 300 to 320 in real world if it's just yourself, if it's good weather. And in terms of power, the vehicle produces 125 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque. That means 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.7 seconds. On the numbers, although it's not fast, but it's quite smooth, and overall performance is totally okay for daily drive. If you do wish to get more performance, you will have to go to the higher spec, which actually come with a slightly bigger battery, 64 kilowatts. That means more range, probably around 100 kilometers more, and more performance at 150 kilowatts. Or you can get the 77 kilowatt hour battery pack in New Zealand. That means it's going to produce 180 kilowatts and 350 newton meters. For someone who just runs a daily drive car, who owns, let's say, a standard hatchback, if you own a Mazda 3 with no turbo, if you own a Subaru Impreza, just 2-liter petrol, or if you have owned things like a standard Nissan Leaf, everything, I think this power is not bad compared to any of those cars we mentioned. It's got good amount of power, It's very smooth, as you can imagine, and the ride is very comfortable. I do like the 17-inch wheels. For my personal opinion, I know a lot of people will like the big wheels just for the look and for the handling, but for the ride comfort, the 17-inch wheels definitely wins by a small margin compared to the 18-inch, for my opinion, obviously. And driving around town, this is pretty easy to drive. There's no big blind spot apart from the rear windscreen. The rear windscreen, unfortunately, it's on the small side, plus you get quite tall seats, plus headrests. You are getting blocked for some particular vision. Apart from that, the side, the front has no barrier or no big blind spot at all. And let's push it around the corner. There we go. It's so nice to have it around the corner that you get good amount of power, good amount of, power assistance on the steering, just like that. The full turning circle is also super small as well, just over 10.6 meters if my memory is correct. That means it's very easy to maneuver if you need to in a tight space, and that's honestly a very good thing about electric cars. And being a rear-wheel drive, this is the good advantage for this particular vehicle as well. In terms of other things about driving, we do have different driving mode. We've programmed this car key to change the driving mode between snow, normal, eco, sport, and custom, where you can customize all your things. And we do have different regeneration program. There are 4 available. 1 to 3 means low to high, plus adaptive that will automatically adjust the regeneration for you. All right, hopefully we can get out of the traffic and drive on motorway. I won't be able to do full acceleration in this sort of traffic, unfortunately, but it's very gentle acceleration, and the steering and all that things feels very smooth. There's no weird sport when you put the foot down, and you can feel the instant torque getting in for you as well from the rear wheel drive. Yeah, getting on the speed is pretty easy. Let's try to accelerate all this way. And the steering pedal is very responsive too, compared to any other petrol cars for any standards. So we're now we're just gently putting on the accelerator. Let's try putting a foot down. Yeah, it's alright. There's a little bit hesitation from the start to get and go because our speed is quite high, but after that it's definitely quite reasonable. Yeah, motorway, it's just relaxing to drive. There's no, the chassis feels solid, the suspension feels comfortable, and handles very well. The noise level is very quiet, actually, surprisingly. I do get a little bit wind noise, but I don't even get much tire or body roll or tire noise. Alright, the previous driving was done under normal mode. This time we have shifted to sport mode. Let's try how sport mode works on the motorway driving. You can instantly feel the driving pedal gets quite touchy or aggressive when you put your foot down. Alright. Whoa! I have to stop going around the corner, and you can see how easy this car gets around the corner with that bend. There's no hesitation at all, and we have no one behind us. Let's try again. Brake. Alright, the initial kick is quite strong. After that, it sort of gets a little bit lower on the acceleration, but it's still fast. It's not bad at all. For a car that's only gonna cost you under $40,000 before the ORC, that's pretty decent for the power. And we're gonna try to accelerate this way out, avoiding this track. Let's try again. Just like that. Whoa, it's quite responsive on sport mode. I don't think anyone would drive on sport mode every day, to be honest. It's just super touchy. As soon as you put foot down, I'm not touching it, I'm touching it. You can feel that. It's just super responsive on the sport pedal. But I believe most people are gonna drive the vehicle as normal, as this is built for daily car, by the way. This is not a sporty vehicle, this is not a racing vehicle until you go to the X Power or even the 77 kWh battery pack, I suppose. But it's totally okay for daily drive for sure. Since we're on motorway, let's quickly talk about the assistant packages, your safety features, which is equipped on this vehicle. So the only thing you miss is really the blind spot detection system that's available on the Essence, where on this vehicle we do have complete package with the speed sign recognition, with your lane departure warning, lane keep assistance, even your steering assist, traffic jam assist. Plus, we do have things like adaptive cruise control with complete stop and start. So yeah, complete package with most of the things. You don't really need anything else apart from the blind spot, really. Whoa, I can't believe I've already driven just around 110 just now. So I have to change me back to the normal mode so I don't break the speed limit or do not get the ticket. Let's get out this way. Now, because we're running into the wind, I believe you are picking up quite a lot of wind noise, as you could imagine on this particular condition. Still, it's reasonably quiet. And the steering feels very solid overall, no matter where you go. And it's on the light side, to be fair, by a lot of feedbacks. But the light side is because it has a very small turning circle. Well, there's a lot more power steering assistance coming from the steering. Does not necessarily mean the vehicle is light on the chassis. The chassis is definitely a very strong or heavy chassis, where you can feel that it handles the road, it stays on the road with its low gravity. And brake, just normal, it's responsive. Alright, this will be the last bit of acceleration we are going to do before we say goodbye to you. 1, 2, 3. It's okay, it's not bad at all. I don't think it's anything bad compared to any other small electric cars on the market. It's definitely got a lot of push. And that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the channel. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, please subscribe and like. That would be really helpful for the channel. As always, I'm an MG salesperson. I'll leave all the MG tutorial videos on this particular channel as well, either in the previous weeks or in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching. See you next video.